So, hey, Olive, I know you love listening to this song every day going to school, and you sent a really cute video to Mike, and Mike's been really busy. But he's here to say, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Love you, Olive. And this is a dance that you did. I'm gonna do that tonight.
connection with it. But nevertheless, I have to ask you, who were his friends and where are they? There's something wrong. Why would they leave you alone like this? Unless it's a trap. And they intend to follow you from here.
Tell you what, you better come with me.
right. All right, all right, all right, all right. Reporting live from my sister's bedroom at my parents' house in Denver, Colorado.
Damn, son, you're tuned in to the Rap Yard Podcast.
What is going on with my camera? And why is it so? What's up, everybody? There we go. Weird stuff going on with my internet. I hope we pull through. I mean, I'm sure we will. We have to. Please welcome my guest tonight. He's the son of Young Bleed and a dope artist in his own right, Ty'Gee Ramon.
All right. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Can you see clear? Everything good?
For some reason on my end, I look very blurry and like something's going on. Well, my internet's been acting funky all night, so I don't know. Can you see me and hear me okay?
Yeah, I got my tripod far, but yeah, you look clear.
Okay, well, here we are. How are you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Been a busy day for me.
Yeah. So yeah, as many people know already, let me get this right. As many people know already, I interviewed your dad, Young Bleed, back in, I want to say September, I believe, of last year.
Okay,
And
nice.
yeah, and so we had talked about it a little bit, and you are his son, and we were trying to. I wanted to do a special on Baton Rouge, but the way things lined out, it just didn't work out. I had a blown out tire on my way into New Orleans, and a bunch of other stuff happened. But it's good to be able to talk to you regardless. Your dad was a huge impact on my musical upbringing, and I know a lot of other people's too. So I want to say, sort of in person, I'm sorry for your loss, and
Appreciate that.
he'll be missed. Yeah. Um, what kind of impact did that have on you growing up, having like a famous dad and in the music industry and all that?
So, as a kid, it was exciting to me, but I don't think I really understood fully because I think, let me see, 97. So I had to been like 97, 98. I was like 6 or 7. So when my
Oh,
mom she showed me him on TV. First time I seen him on TV was The Time So Hard, the verse he
mhm.
did from the My Balls and My Word album. It was cool to see him on TV, but um like I said, being a kid, I don't think I understood what it really meant. It just was like my dad's on TV, you know.
Yeah,
So
that cool, yeah.
yeah, like that's dope.
Would you go
So
places with him and get recognized he would get recognized at the time?
oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. We couldn't go to Walmart after a while, and he'll be
Oh, really?
kind of disguised, you know what I mean? Glasses, and people be bleed, and I'm like, no way.
He's like, "No, it's not
So
me." Yeah.
stop. So yeah.
Um, yeah, and so now I suppose you get recognized around Baton Rouge especially, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah. What's that like just being I mean, I'm sure people recognize you other places too, but locally, especially like Baton Rouge, New Orleans, there's such a bubble over it. Is it like do you feel like it's extra intense maybe?
So it
The
it
same part?
became more intense after his passing, and because I went viral off the video because I'm the one that kind of introduced to the world that he passed. So that's
Right.
when it got intense. It got really
Okay.
intense. Like a lot of people already knew me for being his son and among a bunch of other things that I've built for myself. But yeah, after his passing, oh yeah, it's that's everywhere I go now. At least out here, Baton Rouge is it's real
Mm.
small.
Right, right. Yeah, it is a small city compared to like, LA or New York or whatever. New Orleans is kind of similar. Is that like, and I hate to, it's true. A lot of times people passing brings out the worst in people, right? And, that's just part of it, I suppose, unfortunately. But, you're, is everybody doing okay now, or is it still kind of just eking out just the
Um,
good and the bad?
so as far as like family wise during the grieving process, um, I think we're all just having our days.
Yeah.
Um, the one thing I noticed, you never get over it, but it gets a tad bit easier because unfortunately there's no button that you can push to either reset it or to check out. So it's kind of like you gotta keep living. And my dad was a positive guy, very spiritual guy. So I know that I can't just sit inside of a corner and just mourn for him forever. I know he gonna want me to keep on pushing regardless. So
Right.
um when I feel what I feel, that's my motivation for continuously continuing, So
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people um, forget that when people are mourning, there's people feel awkward about it, so they want to like, initially when it happens, they offer a lot of food usually and stuff like that. But then people kind of don't want to intrude, and it's good to like still be there for people, when they're going through that. That's one thing I'd like to say. But the other thing is that people that have passed would want you to be
yeah,
happy. They would want to see you, not move on necessarily, but to heal and to feel good about your life and enjoy life, So, for
yeah.
sure. Yeah. Um, so you're an artist, in your own right, as I said, and your last album you dropped was the Green album, is that right?
Yeah, R&B album.
R&B. But you rap too.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
have. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, I got it back there. I'm actually doing a album dedicated to him called Bleed Eternity, and it's
Okay, cool.
like a double entendre. So it means a few things. I'm always forever bleed. He runs through me, just everything. But it's just a album honoring him. I never really wanted to do music. I wanted to be the opposite of my dad. I was a fan of Allen
Oh,
Iverson, so I wanted to play basketball. And
right.
just coming up, I started noticing that I had the talent, and I'd practice a little here, freestyle a little there. And when he realized that I had the skill set, um, eventually he locked in with me, and then I took a real interest in it, and ever since then I chased it, but I never used to use his name. I did it independently away from him.
Right.
I just pushed myself as an artist. It wasn't until I was like way older that me and him would collab, and I kind of let people know. But even still, I still don't really young bleed, son, young bleed. I don't really do that. I kind of, you know what I mean? People know
Yeah.
now, but I want people to see me as my individual self. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love that, that's who my father is and was and all that
Mhm.
stuff. But I just kind of chase my own image.
Right. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Um, yeah, and you already had put out, I guess maybe a couple songs,
Yeah,
with him or dedicated to him or both.
both. Mhm.
Okay, yeah. The most recent one that I'm seeing is Young Bleed Flow. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. So I see a lot of people. They always honor somebody by doing a song, I
Mm-hmm.
guess in the style of their musical engineering. So I've never seen anybody do that for my dad. So I was like, who better to do it than his son? So I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
and that's what I did. Rapped how he would rap, use some of his lyrics. Flowed on the type of beat that he would flow on, use his cadence. Just honoring it.
Do you care if I play a snippet of that?
Oh no, go for it.
Okay, let's see if I can get this set up right. All right, perfect.
Ty'Gee Ramon, son of the dumb. The money, the cars, the riches, the foes, the switches, the bitches, the jewelry, the hoes, the music, the gangsters, the niggas, and we don't really give a fuck. That's just how the fuck it goes. The money, the cars, the riches, the foes, the switches, the bitches, the jewelry, the hoes, the music, the gangsters, the niggas, and we don't really give a fuck. That's just how the fuck it goes. From the son of the done, and man, I'm all about my fun, ditch. And you ain't gotta ask me, nigga, you know that I run shit more than my mouth. A4's up from the south. They say the wrong shit, my nigga get popped in your mouth. Better keep that thing up on ya, cause nowadays niggas is banging. Look at the edge of that bitch, you see that clip hanging. Stranger danger, better redirect your anger, cause we in BR and them niggas a changer. Cause we are BRGANGSTER. All my niggas, son, they got them things that see for. Just know they up to something. Better watch yourself, cause warning comes with destruction. Hey, catch me better.
Pause for copyright purposes. So is that out on like Spotify or is it released like or is it just a YouTube thing?
So it's getting ready to be released
Okay,
all over right now. I just have it on YouTube just to kind of promote the fact that I'm working on something towards
I
him.
got you. I got you.
So
So that'll be on the
his
new
his
album.
uh his birthday.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, say it
I was
again.
just saying that'll be on the new album.
Yeah, yeah. His birthday is June 6th,
Mm.
so I'm trying to have everything finalized by
Oh,
then.
cool. Okay. And what was the name of it again? The album?
So it's Bleed
Okay. Beat
Eternity.
Eternity. Okay, cool. June 6th. Are y'all gonna
Yeah.
throw like an album release party or a birthday party for him?
So I'm gonna yeah, exactly. I actually need to make a promotional video between tonight and tomorrow. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do a worldwide barbecue. So whoever wanna come in his neighborhood that he grew up
Oh.
in, we're gonna yeah, come on through. Yeah, we're gonna do a community. That's the
Mhm.
word. We're gonna do a community barbecue where everybody can come, congregate, just whatever, talk, share, we'll have microphone music, and we're just gonna honor him. We're gonna do a balloon release. Just, it's gonna be, it's gonna be bleed day. That's what we call it. It's gonna be everything to honor him. So anything, long as it's peaceful, no violence, no cussing, in the words of my grandmother.
Yeah.
But we're gonna honor him. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely make a video because people seem to respond better to videos than flyers. And
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna give all the details and everything, but it will be June 6th, his actual birthday. I think that's Saturday.
Mhm.
So yeah, we're definitely gonna do that, and then like I said, I'll reveal the album, let people hear the album. So
Cool, cool, very cool. If I can, I'll do my best to try to make it. That would be cool to go to.
yeah, that'd be nice.
Um, y- yeah, and so another thing that I see you do a lot of is I want to say maybe like you call them like motivational speeches where you on social media you kind of sit down and talk about relationships or like different things one might be going through, money problems, whatever. Um, what inspired you to start doing that?
Um, so I'm I've always been somebody that people come to relationship wise, and I guess with everything I've experienced, I learned a lot. I bumped my head so many times, but I also caught on quickly. Uh, in dealing with my dad and my grandfather, they would always give me a lot of wisdom and knowledge when it comes to
Mm.
relationships. And it's so much that I wish I would have knew. back then I would have avoided so much. So um I spend my time, and the name of the channel or podcast, however you want to put it, is called
Okay.
Ramon Talks, and that's my name. So what I
Yeah.
do is I let people DM me, or I go or I speak on things that I know, and I just try to give insights of things. Everything that I speak on is a personal experience, something I've been through, something I've seen, something I've guided somebody through, and that's all. I'm just trying to help people understand things that they may not understand, and pass out things that people may be too shy. Sometimes people be a little nervous and don't want to put their business out there. But if you can find a video that helps you understand what you're going through, then
Mhm.
you can stay private and just watch it. And that was just it. I was just trying to find another niche because I'm involved in a lot of things. And
Yeah.
that was just one of them. It gives me a chance to dress well, speak well, show who I really am. And
Mhm.
I just threw it out there like a frisbee, and it kind of caught on, and rest kind of been
Hmm.
history.
I'm gonna play a snippet of one of those too. Shout out to
Okay.
Ramon in the comments, said with age comes wisdom.
Yeah,
Facts.
that's right.
Let me see here. Uh, Stop sharing. Oh, it is sharing. Okay. But so it's primarily like relationship stuff that you speak
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Is the podcast itself like on YouTube too, or
yeah. It's on
okay?
YouTube,
My,
Facebook,
my bad.
TikTok,
I didn't
and
realize that. Okay. Cool.
To somebody just because you don't feel like dealing with the pain of a heartbreak. Heartbreak pain is temporary, but the suffering that was caused while dealing with them is forever. Think about it. Don't run back to.
so what
Yeah.
I'll do, what I'll do, some videos are short and straight to the point, and then I
Mhm.
have video that you kind of got to go into detail, and it gets a little deeper. So that's more so
Yeah.
where I send you to YouTube, the videos like long on
Gotcha.
YouTube.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I did. Make clips off of these. Um, so in your R&B career, um, what inspired you to do R&B as opposed to just straight like rap?
So again, just trying not to be under my dad's shadow. So the way I looked at it was he pretty much started Baton Rouge for the most part, and
Mhm.
as a rapper, and it still is, but it was a goal of mine to be like the first major R&B artist. I haven't really seen anyone R&B wise, kind of string out, and we got a lot of great singers out here, but I haven't seen like a major one.
Yeah.
And plus I grew up 90s baby, so listening to the Tyrese, Ushers, Genuine, Cisco,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just I love R&B. And when I found out at the age of 7 that I can actually hold the note, oh, it was over with. So yeah, that's kind of what inspired it.
So those were like your favorite R&B artists growing up, would you say?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Silk,
that was
all that.
golden era. What were you saying? Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying Silk, like
Oh,
a lot
still,
of
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
yeah.
All right, let me get this on here. But yeah, your production and everything, your voice and the music itself is like really dope. I like it.
Thank you.
All right, yeah, I didn't get this on here. There we go. This one was my favorite off that album.
Okay.
Maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe it's not meant for me. Maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe it's not meant to see. Maybe it's not meant for me. Meant to be. Maybe it's not meant for me. Maybe it's not meant to see. Maybe it's not meant to be. Meant for me. Where is the love? Been searching for years, but all I've got was heartbreaking tears. They say a man not supposed to feel pain. Will somebody please come and explain these feelings of what do I feel? Cause the way I hurt, I know it's real. And don't you dare tell me it's not what it seems. Cause I know the difference in reality and dreams. Every day that I'm
Yeah, you gotta go through some pain to be able to make that kind of song, huh?
Oh yeah. So that album, That's the last album. Rest in peace to my dad. It's the last album of mine that he heard. So that album is called Green, to speak on the times that I was naive. Because as I was saying, when I
Mhm.
first started in relationships, I was naive. I got cheated on
Yeah.
and played a lot. So that's what inspired that album. Just breaking down the states of things, the times where I didn't understand relationships and the stages and actually being cheated on. And I was just showing complete vulnerability. So, I know people like pain music, and that's like the first time I actually really, put it out there. And it gives people that's going through the same thing something to listen to.
I think it's more like, maybe knowing or hearing it come from someone else who can express it that way, they don't feel alone, or maybe
That's
they're
right.
able it helps them process what they're feeling, kinda, sorta. But yeah, Ramron said in the comments that it's a vibe.
Thank you.
Um, but the next album, Bleed Eternally, is it gonna be straight
Rap.
rap, or is it gonna be R&B too?
It's gonna be straight rap because that's what my dad did.
Mhm. Okay, I gotcha. Um, then let me ask you this. So what is it like growing up in Baton Rouge? We hear a lot about, like, the murder rate, we hear a lot about, the politics. It's Louisiana, right? So what you know, is there anything good you can say about growing up
Yeah.
there? And yeah.
So Baton Rouge is everything you hear, everything
Mhm.
you see. But what I will say about it is also what you make of it. So I could
Yeah,
take you up a block where it's dangerous, then I can show you somewhere where it's nice. So see me, because of my father, he taught me to stay away from the negativity. I mean, coming up, I got into some stuff. I mean, what kid doesn't? But
right.
he and my grandfather kind of taught me to stray away. So I made a very decent lifestyle for myself. So like I say, yeah, it's dangerous. A lot of dumb stuff do be going on, but I
Mm,
don't go those places. I
right,
go
right.
bowling, shooting pool, and working out, ride the most. I stay away from there's certain clubs you don't need to go to. See, I'm not really, I'm older. I
Yeah,
don't, I'm not going over there. I know, they shoot over there, they fight over there. And it's not a fear thing, it's just about being smart. But I kind of look at it, I feel like every city and state has areas that's a lot more dangerous than others. So it's not.
sure.
I wouldn't say you need to just be afraid. Oh my God, it's just about where you reside really.
Yeah. It's how you move,
Yeah,
you
that's
don't be a dummy, you know.
it. That's
But
it.
yeah, and Baton Rouge, like, really, it was settled, and same with New Orleans because it is such a, like, things grow easily there, it's by the river, it's a beautiful place, like, scenery-wise and all that, and there's a lot of important cultural stuff out of there too, but I think that gets overlooked. People talk about things like crime and stuff like that,
That's right. That's right.
but yeah. Um, and what besides this upcoming album do you see for yourself? Do you have, like, other, like, adventures you're looking towards doing, like, outside of music or otherwise?
Yeah, so for one, that podcast I'm doing, I'd
Mhm.
love for that to go worldwide and have like a show. You see how like Steve Harvey them got these little talk shows? That'll be
Yes.
dope. See, I inspire to help the next generation of people,
Mhm.
so if I can have a broader span to where I can influence more than just the people that I have in my following, that'd be great. I would love for the next generation to actually feel that they have someone that they can, call to. That's my biggest thing is even financially, but just all the way around, I'm all about helping out the next person, but especially the youth. So that's kind of my
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
If God bless me with the music and let me get as big as my dad was, that's great.
Mhm.
But I'd like to for for the guidance, the relationship thing I'm doing. And I mean, I wouldn't even mind getting into like acting and stuff like that. That those
I
are
was
all the
gonna
things that
say,
my fun
I
does.
I don't know why I felt like that might be something you were into or possibly interested in, but something told me, it's like, "Ask him about acting." I'm like, "Why?" Like, I'm having this dialogue with myself, but
Yeah.
yeah, that would be good, I think. I think you do good at that.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, I have the same hopes for my podcast. I try to do little, like, focus on nonprofits and stuff when I can, but, yeah. So, back to your dad, like, um, a lot of people didn't realize that he wasn't part of No Limit, like, officially,
Yeah.
and there was some discussion or controversy. I don't know if you want to talk about it, or it's okay if you don't, but
Yeah, yeah. Nah,
but
whatever you want to discuss.
okay, just about Master P's saying that he was going, and this might just be an internet rumor too, but he was going to help pay for the funeral expenses. Is there any truth to that, or
Um, I know that he made a call to my grandmother, but the way that I look at this type of stuff, people don't really owe you in the way that people think. So people think, so for one, my dad wasn't a label mate. It was more of a collaboration. Like How You Do That, that was originally my dad's song. Master P and them
yeah,
remixed it. So people think, if they see you with somebody, he wasn't necessarily responsible for paying the funeral.
right,
That's not his child. That's not his brother.
yeah,
Um and whether he said he was or he didn't, like I say, because we wasn't immediate, I really didn't expect nobody but us to really, you know what I mean. So
yeah,
to keep it as clean and clear, it's just that, he had a conversation with my grandmother, but it don't matter whether, to me anyway, it
yeah,
don't matter whether he helped or he didn't. I don't really expect help from people that's not immediate. If he would have, cool. If he didn't, he just, But I mean, just to say no, he didn't do anything, but again, we're not immediate, so I don't expect him
yeah,
to do no more than what he's doing. He's going around and giving like tribute to my dad, but like I say, I don't really expect much from people that's not
and that has
immediate.
value for sure. Yeah, yeah, and that was the most gracious way to answer that, honestly. Um, and what was I gonna say? I just lost my train of thought. Your shoot. I'm sorry. I almost feel bad for asking that. But
No, it's okay. It's okay.
yeah. So with the shoot, where was I gonna go? Oh, with the podcast thing, you say you're trying to get big, like, all these you see podcasters that are like formerly athletes or actors or comedians or whatever, and they have these
Yeah,
huge podcasts that blow up. I think a lot of people think that there's a lot of money in podcasting, and there's
yeah.
really not
Yeah.
at
It's,
all.
I'm,
But
I'm not, and I'm not even chasing the money. I just want to get the
right.
message out there and help.
Yeah, exactly. Have you thought about doing like public speaking things like that also?
And
You know?
it's funny. It's funny you say that. People say with the way I talk and carry myself that I should. So
Mhm.
I'm all for it. Like I say, anything that puts me in front of people and just being able to help. Because that was my dad. Even with this dude being a celebrity, he stooped down to you and make you feel equivalent. So he inspired a lot of my wanting to help people. Like I admired that. Like, dude, you're here. And he'll sit on the
Yeah,
corner with a dude that ain't got nowhere to stay and be running it with him. Like that was beautiful to me. Like he's not young bleed. Like, dude, you own the block. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Just
yeah,
talking
yeah,
to this, you know what I mean? So that's how I feel. Yeah, I do anything to get the message out, even if that's me writing movies to help people to understand. I just want to
yeah.
help. That's all.
Are you working on that? Are you working on writing a movie or
So yeah, I have things in my head, but
yeah.
I haven't put that on paper yet, but that is the end goal. So the end goal is to kind of get my feet wet in a little bit of everything.
Mm.
Music, acting, directing, um fragrances, dress
Oh,
like
wow.
oh man, I have a lot of ideas. I'm just trying to get to that point, and then uh the only bad thing I will say about Baton Rouge is because it's Baton Rouge, it's so small. We don't
Mhm.
have a lot of. That's the only. If I had to put a real negative, like if I went to Atlanta or something with this talent and all these different things, I probably blow up overnight. But in Baton Rouge, that's the only thing. You don't really have no real outlet. You all but gotta go viral for people to put their eyes on you. So that's
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing.
I think I've no that's a big thing in, New Orleans too. I think people that are in those cities, if they aim outside of their city as much as they can, that's the best way to do it. Even if your goal is just to make it in that city, aim
Yeah.
outside of it. But,
Yeah.
and it's funny that you say that about stooping down because, that's really what your dad did with this podcast because, I've had some celebrities on here to be sure, like,
Nice.
like Spice One and I don't want,
Nice.
Tash or the Alcoholics and stuff like that. People in that generation especially. but he didn't have to do the podcast, and he did it, and I was just like, "Okay, cool." I was kinda
Always,
surprised.
always. That dude was so humble. He ain't turned down
Yeah,
nobody. He wasn't a money hungry, pay me this and that. Man, this dude, I would hear my dad say, instead of, yeah, 15, 3,500, he'd be like, what you got? How much you got?
yeah.
I could do this. And he'd be like, all right, cool. And even if you ain't even paid him yet, he'll shoot the verse out like that. Man, that's like that was one of the most
Oh,
humblest
he's the
guys. Cause I
preacher for that? Wow.
oh yeah, he man, you have $200, he'll get on the track for you. That's he because he was about the music. He wasn't really about the money. And I'm not knocking it. You need money to but man, I couldn't do nothing but respect that because not saying it like that, but the world we live in, I don't know. I watch people pay
Yeah,
buku money for Jordans and everything else, so you might have to give me a little, you know what I mean? But it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
it was cool watching that level of humility.
Right, right. Yeah, do you think that's part of the problem since you talk about this, like, in relationships where people have to, like, quantize everything and put a dollar amount on stuff?
That's terrible. That's terrible. And which is another part of why I kind of started this in today's time. Back then, yeah. Today's time, today's generation don't understand what relationships about. Nowadays, people doing it for, like social media is almost one of the worst things they could have started. It's so much, the whole time you thinking it's real love and it's based off of, my thing is if you're not in it for the love, then ain't no sense in being in it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
is arterial, so yeah.
Do you think people are more or less capable of falling in love nowadays versus, like, let's say, the '90s or the 2000s? Because
The
I
younger
really feel like
generation, I'm sorry.
anybody, really.
Yeah.
No, don't
So
mm,
to me, it's harder for the younger generation because there's not no true understanding on what love is, what's being taught. Um they're not like back then. If you listen to today's music, and I'm not shooting at the artists because I love today's and back then, but back
mhm,
then music was more love driven. Today's music isn't
yeah,
really that. It's cheating this and that. Like I say, you gotta, per decade things change, and I understand that. But when it
mm.
comes to like real love, it's not being taught anymore. They almost make you feel like you're weak if you actually have feelings or care for a person or these
They
different things.
do.
So
Yeah.
you
People like, everybody wants to be a pimp. Nobody
yeah,
wants to be a
yeah.
regular person.
They don't want to, yeah, they don't want to feel the true feeling. And I'm here to tell you, ain't nothing like being in love and actually having your person. I've experienced it before. It's a great feeling. So I feel
Yeah,
like
it's like a
everybody
booster
should get
pack.
that chance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, I don't know if it's social media or just the internet in general or what, but yeah, it's definitely a difference. Like, I hadn't really tried to date in so many years, like so many, and now it's just like a whole different I'm like, "No, thank you."
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you think, the music has something to do with it?
I
You
think
don't
it's
get a lot of R&B artists?
Yeah, I mean it's influential, and then so it's part of the music, but it's part of upbringing too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's all based on what you teach your children. So we could be in a corrupted world, but if you're not corrupted, because you can go all the way back to the Boys in the Hood film with Lawrence Fishburne. That's who my dad was. My dad was Furious Styles. He was very informative. He would teach me a lot. So even though I grew up in South Baton Rouge where they were shooting right by the window and it was so my upbringing, I shouldn't be what I am today. I should have been like a criminal and everything else. But he was very militant with me because he
Mm,
grew up a certain way. So he wanted to make sure I wasn't a product of the environment. So with everything in today's time, sure, we got movies, we have people, we have influencers, we have music, all those different things that can lead you astray, but it start inside your home.
yeah. And I think a lot of times movies and music are like a reflection of what's going on in society too. So it's kind of like it goes both ways. But
Definitely.
yeah, people like to talk about, oh, Sexy Red and Megan the Stallion and stuff. And it's like, well, for years we had like Too Short and we
Yeah.
had, whoever else, Uncle Luke and everybody. So now, I don't want to get into that too much, but you know what I mean?
I
It's just
definitely
kind of like, yeah, yeah, the rubber band effect.
that's it.
Um, Yeah. And I know that you just got off work and you're ready to get out of here, but is there anything else that you would say? Like if you had a message to let's say young people out there that are either like getting into music or trying to like find something for themselves, what would you say to them just to as advice?
Okay. Um, so I'm big on being different from everyone else. So a lot of people chase the mainstream artists. What I would tell people is keep the passion for the music if you have it. And don't be afraid to be individual, because how do you think we got original artists? Because they came out different from the last artist. So don't think you have to duplicate the the mainstream artist so you can become mainstream, because if you got the right stuff, you'll become mainstream. Now it may take a little longer versus the other people that's duplicating, but it's kind of like they say, anything that come fast leave just as quick, and anything that it take a while to get to, so that's my biggest thing. And then overall, just stay true to yourself. That's why my music where is at. I don't chase today's sound. I don't do, if you listen to my R&B, it's great R&B, but it don't sound like today's time. I'm not knocking today's because I love it. Chris Brown, they doing their thing. I'm not knocking it, but I sing and I rap. Everything I do is from my heart. So if I feel it or I hear it, I just put it out how I feel it or I hear it. So I tell them trust that, and eventually that will pay off. I mean, like I say, that's what those other artists did. That's how they was able to create a new wave. So just ultimately just stay true to yourself and stay
Yeah.
positive. You know.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard sometimes, but that's important. And I'll tell you, that's what your father did, I believe, is he was always like an authentic voice. He was true to
Right.
himself, just like you are. Very good. Well, can you do me one favor before we leave out of here?
Oh yeah.
Can you do me a quick drop? Just and how do
Yeah.
you
Which
pronounce
which
your name? Ty'Gee Ramon, is that right?
yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah,
Okay,
Ty'Gee
cool.
Ramon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just say this Ty'Gee Ramon. You're listening to the Rap Yard podcast, kind of thing.
So hold on, say the part again. The rap what?
Rap Yard podcast.
Oh, Rap
Pod-
Yard podcast. Okay,
yeah,
let
yeah.
me know when you're ready.
You're right. Whenever.
Okay. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ty'Gee Ramon, son of the Dunn, and you listen to Rap Yard Podcast.
Boom. I can't say boom. They were giving Skip down in New Orleans a hard time for saying boom all the time. I gotta watch that. All right, I really appreciate you coming on. We finally did it, and yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.
That's it.
Peace out.
Can I say this too before you go?
Sure, sure.
I want to thank you for having me on. Lots of people say this or want to reach out or whatever, but they don't. So
Mm.
I appreciate you having me on, and kind of like Boosie with Vlad. Anytime you need me on, you give me a shout. We'll set the date and we'll rock and roll. So
Yeah,
thank you.
anytime you have something new to promote, just let me know. I really appreciate that. And by the way, everybody, disclaimer: I'm not Vlad. So
Yeah, hey, that's right.